Morning, Freedom's family. It's good to see you. Hope you all are doing well. I decided to do a video today instead of writing something because I had a lot I wanted to share with you, and it was a little easier to talk about it than to write about it. So, one of my devotion passages for this morning, for me, comes from the 8th chapter of Romans. And I'm just going to read the one verse and just kind of reflect there. And it's verse 25. I'm sorry, uh, actually, verse 26. I'm sorry. Likewise, the Spirit helps us in all our weakness, for we do not know how to pray as we ought, but that very Spirit intercedes with sighs too deep for words. And in the passage, if you go and read the entire passage, verses 12 to 25, it talks about how the Spirit, there's this difficulty how we can express ourselves in talking to God. And as I read that this morning, I am trying to deal with, as we all are, how do we live in the meantime? We have been living in meantime since March. The already, the not yet. The when is it going to happen? When are we going back? When will this open? When will that open? Will this close again? And so, um, one of the things that the writer of the devotion book that I used said that asked the question: what do we hope for? Where is our hope? How do we effectively live and be in relationship with God during this time of in between and not quite yet and already and maybe and possibly? That caused me also to think about the current issue in this pandemic is school. Um, like a number of our kids from Freedom's, I am a student as well. And one of the sad parts about my school situation is that at the seminary we're going to be online. So a lot of my friends I don't get to see physically every day, and that's difficult and it's tough. Um, but they're doing it to keep us in order to keep us safe. Um, but I'm also realizing that um, for our Freedom's family, we have families who have family members who are teachers. We have family members who are bus drivers or who are bus monitors, principals, custodians, our kids, and speaking to our kids and our youth, guys. I know y'all are ready to go back. I know you are. You've been home since March or April, and it's a little crazy, and you're ready to go back and see your friends. Yet at the same time, and education is important, but we have to do what's best for our families and for our children. And so, as I read through this devotion, and this has been actually been on my mind for the last couple of weeks. Our prayer needs to be for our parents and the decisions that they may have to make in turn with regards to the well-being of their children in this time of pandemic, and how will they choose to send their kids back? Will the school systems do a hybrid learning? Um, this is an issue that affects the church because as we look forward to opening again, we want to do it safely, but at the same time we need to be aware of the other things that are going on around us in our community. So my prayer is for our parents and decisions they may have to make, that they do it with a sense of wisdom and a great deal of discernment, and however we can help we want to be there to do that. For our kids, that they are safe, and that they understand that whatever the decision is, it's in their best interest. For our bus drivers, for our bus monitors, for our the folks who are serving, who serve the meals, to the custodians, and especially to the teachers, because they are on the front line, and the principals and the school administrators, who will have to make some very difficult decisions, as well as our school board. The two other things I want to share with you before I go. Yesterday, I got a text from Ron Graveman, and he asked that we pray for the family of Boyd Nichols. Boyd Nichols was a neighbor and a dear friend, and he passed suddenly on Thursday afternoon or Thursday evening. And so we want to remember the Nichols family, but also we want to lift up Ron and Debbie as friends and neighbors. The other person in our family that I would ask that you pray for, particularly in these days, is my dear good friend Margie Henning. Margie, as you know, has been in hospice and is home, and is doing okay. But here in these past few days, we need to lift her in prayer, and we need to lift her family in prayer as they go through this difficult time. I hope that you all are doing well. I hope that that you are doing your best to survive through this in between time, and there but not yet there yet. And I hope that you will continue to pray for me as I walk through this with you. It is tough. It is difficult, but we also we need to remember. I want you to remember. I want me to remember that we serve a God of hope and a God of presence. So I hope to see you on Sunday, and have a great rest of the day, and God's blessings on you. Bye.